just going to go ahead and pin. And Rebecca, did you want to do or say anything before we begin?
I would just like to say thank you for coming and welcome. This is Ukulele, and I think everyone should be muted except our hosts. All right, thank you.
Great. Thank you.
I'm gonna probably
And Rebecca, if you can mute people as
on.
anyone joins, that would be great.
slide this over this way.
Let me just move you here for now. It'll be very clear. Okay, we're going to be moving the mic back and forth a little bit. Welcome, everybody. I'm Danny Joy, and this is Perry Stauffer, my husband. And we live here in Portland, Oregon. So we're very happy to be meeting with you online and the opportunity to be able to see you from such a long distance. So today we're going to be talking about how to use the Nashville number system to jam with music. The system is really amazing. What we do is we associate chords where they lie within a scale, and we give them each a number. And then we refer to the number of the chord. So the simplest way to do it would be C is number 1 in the key of C. In the key of C, you have a 7-note scale. You've got C, D, E, F, G, A, B. And each one of those would be associated with a number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So I've developed this learning tool that people had asked me for over the years of teaching. I kept recreating it again and again and came up with this system. So this is kind of the main handout for today. Yes, did you have a question?
No, I'm ready whenever you want me to take over.
Of course.
Okay.
So what you're looking at here is a jam card, which is written out in the same form that you would see on the circle of fifths. Circle of fifths is just a perfect musical calculator. So when you see this, you're looking at C as number 1 is in the center. The 4th is on the left of C, and the 5th is on the right. So these are the 3 major chords of this key. And then on the inside, you'll see 2, 6, and 3. And those are the minor chords of the key. Sometimes we turn that 3 into a dominant 3. We will not today. So you can ignore the E7 off to the right. But you will be learning a song and thinking of it in terms of the numbers, not the chords, today. And then we will transpose that song into another key using the numbers. So I'm going to hand it over to Perry.
Thanks, Danny. So Danny is the creator of this tool, and if you could bring up the document I was talking about.
Yep. And it's called Just Old Cow Hand.
Mm-hmm. There it is. And let's see. So maybe can you make that bigger? Maybe maximize that.
Well, they're bringing it up and making it bigger. All of these handouts are available to you. We uploaded them this afternoon. You can just find the link in the instructor.
Yeah, and I'd rather not focus on these too much during the class. I just wanted to show it to you quickly. We're not going to be using these. We're going to be working pretty much from the jam card. I just wanted to bring this up briefly, and I'll make all of these available to you guys after class. This is an example of just any old song that you might get. You're going to a jam, and maybe you've gone to a jam and they haven't put the chord diagrams up there for you, and you haven't had your chords memorized. That's the first way that you can use the jam cards. You can say, well, okay, what's a D? I need to know what a D minor is, and I need to know G7, and I need to know C. So if I look at line 1 of this, I've got D minor, G7, and C, and then I've got, okay, the same line looks exactly the same. So I'll go back over to my jam card now. I think you can just go like this. If you go like this, you can.
I think
you you can't share
No.
the whole desktop.
You can do this one.
But we don't have to stop sharing every time, right?
No, now we're not
Okay.
going to stop sharing again.
Okay.
We'll just do this.
All right. So, okay. We found D minor. All right. It's inside in the inner circle in the minor keys, and Now, I'm sure most of you already know D minor, but let's just play that real quick right now. All right, and then there was a G7. So I see where G is, and G7 is in parentheses there. And Danny, you want to explain how that diagram works?
Yeah, the 5 chord can be played as the major chord or what we call a dominant 7. So what I've done is I've done the major chord with the black circles, and then the dominant 7 is written in with white circles. So that would be 0, 2, 1, sorry, 0, 2, 1, 2 in the floor.
Now, as Danny explained, not only, well, the first function of these is to just help us learn our chord shapes, but the other one is to associate them with their numerical position in the key, right? So as she described, every degree of the scale, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, and ti, have a number associated with it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So when we're playing these chords, we can see the number, and it's important to think about the number. This is going to help us in all sorts of ways that we will be demonstrating with you as the class goes on. So let's play our 2 chord, which is D minor. And 2, no matter what key you're playing in, the 2 is always minor. In the key of C, that's D. And if we go C, D, E, F, G, that's our 5th one. That's the 5, and that's always the one that has the 7 chord that you can do as an option. So here's our G, and that's G7. All right. Now just let me see if I can. I'm going to take a look at the gallery here. I don't know what level you guys are all at, so I just want to get a quick show of hands here. How many of you guys are comfortable playing the D minor and the G chord? Just raise your hand. All right. If not, okay, great. So the D minor is the 2, the G7 is the 5, and then we can play C. And if we look at our jam card, there's a diagram for C. All right. So that's probably one of the most popular progressions in the world is the 2-5-1. And it's actually discussed as the 2-5-1, which is probably the next way that you can use the jam card, and the next way that it's valuable to know your Nashville numbers, is because you can discuss the type of progressions you're dealing with other people. So you might go, okay, yeah, this one's a 2-5-1 in G, or this one's a 2-5-1 in C, all right, or a 2-5-1 in F. And not only will people understand that, but it also has a certain sound to it. So let's play it. Let's just play 4 D minors, 4 G7s, and 4 Cs. Okay? If we were to go back over to the sheet, that's what we would be doing. So here we go. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, D minor. And go to G7 now. And C. Okay, that's the sound of a 2-5-1, and you've just played a 2-5-1 in C. How many of you guys, let's see if you guys everybody's good and comfortable with that? Okay. I apologize if I'm going too slow for some of you, but I want to make sure that nobody's left behind. Let's go ahead and try it again with, we're going to do 4 2s, 4 5s, and 8 1s, all right? So, and we'll just do that in a loop. Okay, and I'm going to refer to these as numbers for a while now, just so we can get the hang of this Nashville number system thing. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Here's the 2. 2, 3. Go to the 5. Thank you. And 1. Repeat the 1. And the 2. 5 and 1. And you could use any two.
So any D minor.
Yeah, or any G7 or any C, which we're going to call the 2, 5, and the 1. Here we go. Again.
Sing.
Okay, yeah. All right, how's you guys feel about that? Everybody can play at least one D minor. The D minors on the jam card. I mean, of course, those are the ones that you want to use by default if you don't have another D minor, G7, or C up your sleeve. Now, another pointer that I'll share with you, and most of you guys, or many of you, or some of you may know this, when you see G7, you can also choose to play a G where that G7 is. It's not true of the other way around, but anytime you see a G7 or a G9 or a G13 or some chord that just sounds really complicated, you can just play G and it'll be fine. Because a G chord is 3 notes, and the 7 and all of those other things are built on top of those 3 notes. All right, so the 3 notes that make G are foundation for all of those alterations. So when in doubt, just play the natural chord. All right? All right, so if you guys want to try and sing it, let's go over to the...
Oh, no, not yet.
No?
I think we should just do what we just did. 2,
Okay.
5, 1, and
All right.
sing the part of the song that does that. Without looking
Okay,
at the chart. The
so
point is to play without a chart.
I'm an
Paperless jam
I'm
is
an
the name
old...
of this.
this is a paperless jam.
That's right.
Oh, I didn't... Okay.
Yeah. So let's try.
All right, so I'm an old cowhand from the Rio Grande. How many of you guys know that much? All right, how many of you guys know what comes next?
And
But my legs ain't bowed, and my cheeks ain't tan. So this is about a guy who's a cowboy that is not really very much of a real cowboy. He's more like a TV cowboy, or a some kind of city slicker. All right.
all right, let's
So.
do 2 loops first, and then begin singing.
That sounds like a great idea, Danny. So we'll go 2, 5, 1, 1, 2, 5, 1, 1, and then we'll sing. All right. Here we go. Would you like to sing as well?
No.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Repeat that 1. Again. 2. Thank you, Danny. 5. Here we go. I'm an old cowhand from the Rio Grande, but my legs ain't bowed, and my cheeks ain't tan.
Nice.
Yeah.
2, 5, 1.
For a long time, whenever I would sing this song, I would accidentally say that my teeth ain't channed. So just watch out for that.
Okay. So the
Little piece
next
of
pattern
advice.
is what are the numbers for the next pattern?
All right, you guys ready for the next challenge? Let's go back to our song sheet. Can we just
You
pop over there real fast? Yeah, it should just take a
Give
second.
me the answers.
Okay, well, we're going to... Oh, yes. Well, yeah, let's go look at that. This is how I want to do it, because this is what you're going to see when you go to your jam. I'm a cowboy who's never seen a cow, never roped a steer, because I don't know how. All right?
And I sure ain't fixing.
I sure ain't fixing to start in now.
So we have a new
Yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay.
pattern.
We have a new set of chords. We've got an A minor and an E minor. If you're looking at line 3 there. All right. So,
And then it repeats.
yeah.
That's the best part about music, is that it repeats.
All right. So let's go over and see. Let's go over and take a look at our jam card again. We've got an A minor, an E minor. I want to look at these these three lines, okay, that look like they're kind of the same. They start with A minor, that's line 3, and goes to E minor. And then line 4, A minor, and then E minor, and then the third one is A minor, E minor, and then A7.
Yeah.
So that A7, we'll take a look at that in a second. So let's look at our jam card. And, okay, raise your hand if you found A minor. Okay. And what number is A minor in the key of C? It's a 6. All right. And then we've got, okay, let's find E minor. All right. It's a 3. That's right. It's the 3, and both of those are minors in the key of C. So
the pattern would be.
All right, but there's no A7, right? All right, so let's see if we can just do the first part. Don't worry about the A7 yet. So, I'm a cowboy who's never roped a cow. Okay, so let's look at the E minor for a second. A minor's pretty easy, but let's look at E minor. E minor's a kind of a toughie. How do we have this written out on the jam card?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just using three chords. Danny has it like this on the jam card. All right, another way that you can play E minor that's easy, I'll just show you this. It's not on the jam card, but...
Let me stop sharing so we can see your hands.
Ah, good idea. Sometimes when I'm doing an E minor, I'll make a D minor shape and I'll just play it up here.
So 2 frets higher.
Right, so if I go from everything goes up 2, relatively, we've got E minor. We could go on forever like that. That's F minor, G minor, and forever and ever.
So demonstrate our new 6-chord pattern with those 2 shapes. A minor.
A minor.
And that was
E
D
minor.
minor that you just did. So start with A minor.
Oh, A minor.
Yeah, and then D minor. Or E minor. And
Right.
again.
A minor, E minor.
One more time. La, da, 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 da.
So what's happening, nice thing about that is that my middle finger can just stay anchored to the G string. A cowboy who's never seen a cow.
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Are you playing all 4 strings when you play that E minor?
I'm not, because that A doesn't belong in the E minor chord, so I don't.
Okay,
I'm only playing the 3 strings 4, 3, and 2, which are the 3 strings closest to my chin, going
and the
towards
fret
the
numbers
floor.
are
4, and 3. Yes.
So that's an E minor chord.
It's an
Just
E minor
the 3
chord,
strings.
and it's just like an A minor, but slid up.
D minor, you mean?
A D minor.
You're thinking of baritone.
Yeah, I was thinking of a guitar. All right.
Okay, so even though you're playing the E minor up there, it's still considered the 3rd chord of the key.
It's still the 3, yeah. No matter what E minor I play, it's still the 3 in the key of C. So that's a 3, that's a 3, and there's heaps of 3s all over the ukulele.
Barring 7 is 1. Okay, cool.
Okay.
So our new pattern is 6-3, 6-3, 6-3, 6, which we're about to talk about.
Right, that's the spicy chord, is that A7. But first, let's see if we can get through the diatonic 3 and 6. A fancy way, if you want to impress your friends, if you want to say that a chord is built from the notes in the key, or and it's also true of the chords on your jam card, is they're diatonic.
So all the chords you see on the screen are diatonic.
Meaning that every single note in each one of those chords is a note belonging to the C major scale. Okay? Only notes from the C major scale were used to make those chords. And that's what makes them diatonic. All right, so here we go. Starting on A minor. Okay. 1, 2, 3. I'm a cowboy who's never seen a cow. Who's never seen a cow. How'd you guys do with that? All right, let's repeat it again. Never roped a steer because I don't know how. 1, 2, 3. Never roped a steer 'cause I don't know how. All right. So now I sure ain't a fixin' to start in now. And that's the spicy chord, okay? That's the one that is not diatonic. It's got some notes that are not part of the C major scale, and it makes people go, huh, what's going on here? So how many of you guys know how to play A7? Raise your hand if you know how to play an A7. Raise your hand if you don't know how to play an A7. Okay, an A7, the good news is it's easy. You just play open G first.
We actually need to switch over something really quickly because it's not coming through clearly. So just give us a couple of seconds. We'll be right back.
Yes, oops. Gotta switch it. You gotta switch it over manually, huh, when you go downstairs. I'll help you remember that. Okay.
All right, we're back. Should be
All
nice and
right.
smooth.
So an A7, maybe stop sharing for a second so I should show everybody A7. Super easy, one of the easiest chords. It's a one finger chord. We're gonna play open G, index finger on the first fret of the C string. That makes C sharp. That's our note. That's our spicy note, by the way. And then open E and open A.
And it's the sixth chord,
And this is the 6.
but it's a dominant six.
Right, so we've played this 6, A minor, and this is the dominant 6, which has this, all right? And it's kind of positioned where the punchline is to the lyrics, right? So, I sure ain't a fixin' to start in now. All right? So let's give that a shot. Here we go.
So we're starting with the six.
Yeah, back to the jam cards. So you guys are just going to have to remember that A7.
Can I remind them of the pattern real quick?
Mm-hmm.
6, 3, 6, 3, 6, 3. And then we're going to do the 6 as a dominant 6.
Spicy 6.
So that would be the A7 at the end. 6, 3, 6, 3, 6, 3, 6.
Mm-hmm. Spicy. Okay, here we go. From I'm a Cowboy. Never seen a cow, never, and you don't have to sing if you don't want to. 1, 2, 3. I'm a cowboy who's never seen a cow. Thank you, Danny. Never roped a steer 'cause I don't know how. And I sure ain't a fixin' to start in now. How'd you guys do on that?
All right, give them their reward. Tell
And
them
people
what
are
the
okay.
rest of the
The
song
good news is you go back to the 2-5-1s. You go yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay. Oh, yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay.
All right, let's do it all from the top.
All right, you want to do it all from the
I
top?
think they've earned it.
You guys feel ready?
Ready to go.
All right, it's mostly 2-5-1s. Here we go.
Let me remind them real quick. So it's 2-5-1, 2-5-1, 6-3, 6-3, 6-3-6, 2-5-1, 2-5-1. So it's just the two patterns. If you think of it that way, we'll start out with the easy pattern, then we'll go to the other one, and then we'll come back.
Part A, go to part B, repeat part A. Here we
Starting
go.
with the 2.
And don't forget the spicy chord. Here we go. 1, 2. Oh, well, starting with 2 for nothing?
Yeah.
Okay, 2 for nothing, you guys. 1, 2, 3. D minor. 2. Go to the 5. And to the 1. Again. 2. 5. 1, 2. We can do a little stop here if we want. I'm an old cowhand from the Rio Grande, but my legs ain't bowed and my cheeks ain't tan. Here's the A minor. I'm a cowboy who's never seen a cow, Never roped a steer 'cause I don't know how. And I sure ain't a fixin' to start in now. Yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay. Yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay. I'm an old cowhand from the Rio Grande. But my legs ain't bowed and my cheeks ain't tan. I'm a cowboy who's never seen a cow, never roped a steer 'cause I don't know how. And I sure ain't a fixin' to start in now. Yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay. Yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay. Okay, that's pretty good, you guys. How'd you guys do?
Yeah.
Let's see. I see some thumbs up. Don't see any thumbs down, but not everybody's on video.
All right, I've got a question for you, Perry.
Sure.
What if I couldn't sing it in that key?
Well, if you've got jam cards, it's pretty easy to transpose. Okay. So let me go back over. Let's go back over to the strum sheet for a second, if we could. All right. Let's look at this again. Okay, so you see how it's arranged in brackets? We've got the chord names in there that go kind of embedded in the lyrics. What I do is, if I need to transpose it, I will first convert those chord names into the Nashville number parts, okay? And then once I've got that, that becomes my skeleton key that I can, using the jam cards, apply to any key. So looking at the jam cards, we've already identified what D minor is, right, in the key of C. Who can tell me what it is? It's the 2.
That's right.
And the G7 is it's the 5. Excellent. So let's go and look at Old Cowhand N. Okay. So if we follow that logic out, right, and we can, make that. You can go, okay. I know that Old Cowhand, I can change it. So the 2 is always there. I've replaced all the D minors with 2s, all the Gs with 5s, all the Cs with 1s, etc. Now, let's go find another jam card. Let's say...
first, some of them are uppercase and some of them are lowercase.
Oh, that's a great question. Probably some of you guys were wondering the same thing. The lowercase one in Nashville number system and in Roman numeral system, the lowercase is minor. So a lowercase Roman numeral means minor.
Yep. So we see the 6.
That's
So
minor.
V1 is 6 and then 3 and 6
Minor,
and
minor.
3, 6 and 3. That was the A minor, E minor. And then look what happens to the 6 here. Uppercase.
All right, spicy.
Spicy. It's got the major third in it.
Non-diatonic.
And it looks like in your chart you've added something right here as well, which is an optional turnaround.
A
chord.
passing chord. I snuck a passing chord in there.
It's that very same dominant 6.
Right, it might sound like this, you guys. Yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay. Yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay. See what I did there? A little passing chord.
Yeah, so
All
that's
right.
optional. Okay, so you want to go look. Well, here's what
Let's
I would.
leave that one open, but let's pop
Oops,
over
I
to,
didn't- I closed it.
well, you might have to open it up
Yeah, what
again.
I'd like to do is try it out just with the jam cards without looking at the chart, because I know you've made it a beautiful chart for us. But if we could just now look at here and figure out 251
All right,
based on our new key.
right. So what do you guys think the 2 is? It's G minor, right? All right. And yep, so let's play our G minor on the jam card, which is the 2. All right, raise your guys' hand once you've got a reasonable facsimile of the G minor. Okay. Okay, and then I guess the 5 is a C or C7. So it's pretty easy to go from G minor to C7, right? You just lift up your ring and middle fingers, and you've got one of those cool one finger chords again. And then, okay, so we go D minor, G minor, excuse me, C7, and then F. F was one of the easier chords, two finger chords in the world. So let's play those three together. D minor, C7, D minor, C7, that's the 5. And then we're going to play the 1. All right. And if we play, you can hear the 2-5-1's got the same relationship, the same emotion. It emotes the same feelings no matter what key it's in. And that's the beauty of the number system, is it's a movable system. All right.
Now, you sang that last one so well, Perry. I'm wondering if this is going to be a comfortable key for you.
I've got an incredible range, it just so happens.
Let's try just the 2-5-1 and see how it goes.
Okay.
Rio Grande.
I'm an old cowhand from the Rio Grande,
Nice. But my legs ain't bowed.
but my legs ain't bowed,
And my cheeks ain't tan.
and my cheeks ain't tan.
Now do that again.
That's actually a little easier than the other key, I think.
Nice.
Okay.
Let's do
I'm
that
glad
again.
I'm glad we transposed it.
Yeah.
This is called transposing, you guys. This is another one of those fancy words if you want to impress your friends.
Danny, will you hold your fingers up as we go, since this is a new key?
Yes, I
Yes,
will.
good
And I
idea.
want to say something. We're going to do the 2-5-1 a few more times in our new key, because in your mind, you're going to try to switch over to the key of C. It happens to me all the time, even on the stage when we're performing. So it's a challenge, but it's also so good for your brain to have to do this hard work. Forming synapses, it's healthy, it's wonderful. So we'll stay with 2-5-1 just so you can acclimate to the new waters before we open up the baggie for you to go and visit the rest of the fish. All right? So 2-5-1.
I like that metaphor, Danny.
Yeah.
Did
So-
you just make that up?
Yeah, I did.
I
All
love
right,
it.
let's do it.
All right. Okay, we're
us a
starting on
loop.
G minor, right? We'll do 2 for nothing, and then we're into it.
And
Here
then
we
we're going
go.
to keep going.
Yeah. 1, 2. Ooh, do we know the 3 and the 6? Or are we just gonna?
No, we're going to stay on 2-5-1
Okay,
for a
so
minute. Yeah.
when you
Until
say
I
keep
say,
going, then I
That's right.
don't know. Here we go.
I'll
1,
let you know.
2, 3. For 2 for nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. Hold up your fingers. 5 and a 1, which is an F. Again, 2, 5, 1.
Now we
Here we go.
sing.
I'm an old cowhand from the Rio Grande, but my legs ain't bowed, and my cheeks ain't tan.
Do it again.
I'm an old cowhand from the Rio Grande, but my legs ain't bowed, and my cheeks ain't tan.
Okay, we're ready.
Nice, you guys.
So the pattern now is 6-3, 6-3, 6-3, 6. So
Sorry.
what is your new 6-3?
Let's ask the jam card.
It's
Okay,
B
this
minor, A minor.
That's right.
6 is A minor now. Oh,
And
look at
D
that.
minor. D minor for 6, A minor
Ah,
for 3.
okay, so everything's shifted over by 1. Okay, so cowboy, I'm a cowboy who's Uh-oh.
You've reached.
Well,
But
the
you have
point is,
am-
that's why we
amazing
transpose. That's why we
range.
need the jam. I can sound terrible in any key.
I look forward to hearing this next part. Okay, so what's our dominant 6 gonna be then? The 6.
The spicy chord. It'll be some kind of D.
Will be a D7.
D7. So
That's right,
let's
huh?
memorize that real quick. Stop sharing for a second, and I'll show them the spicy chord. Okay, so check out F. We're going to play a D7. The way we're going to do it is if we make our F chord, we're just going to take our ring finger, which is free at the moment, and we're going to place it on the 2nd fret of the E string, just to the right, just up from the index finger. Right? So here's F, and here's D7. They kind of go together like a pair. The spicy chord is like just the one with some, just one note changed usually.
And this is a very important pattern in like jazz and old vintage songs.
Yeah.
You're gonna see this in F a lot.
If we go back, if we just take a peek back in time at the key of C, remember this was our C chord. We just changed one note. You hear that? Here's the root chord, the C, the home key of the home key chord of the key.
You're talking about A and A7?
Yeah, going from C to A7, you just change one thing. Going from F to D7, you just change one
Oh,
thing.
1 to a dominant 6.
Yeah,
I see.
yeah. So the home chord or the root chord of the key and the spicy chord are one note apart. Okay.
Okay, so let's go
there
play
we
the
go.
next part. He's a cowboy who's never seen a cow,
Cowboy.
never roped a steer because he don't know how, and he sure ain't fixing to start it now.
Okay.
So start on the 6.
Starting on, which is D minor now. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I'm a cowboy who's never seen a cow, never roped a steer 'cause I don't know how, and I sure ain't a fixin' to start in now.
Back to our 2-5-1.
Yip, yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay.
Sorry, guys, can you slow down a little?
Sure, no, please, yes. I mean, please, thank you for saying so. Okay. 1, 2,
Where are we starting
3.
from?
We'll take it from a cowboy who's never cowboy.
From the
who's
6.
Cowboy. 1, 2, 3. I'm a cowboy who's never seen a cow, never roped a steer 'cause I don't know how, and I sure ain't a fixin' to start in now. Right? Okay, let's go back to the 2-5-1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay.
Don't do the 6. 2.
Yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay.
Do the simple one.
Yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay.
Okay, let's try this back from the top. Remember the patterns: 2-5-1, and then 6-3-6-3-6-3-6.
Yeah, and before we do that, let's just go through the chords slowly out of rhythm. So let's play the 2, which is G minor. Now the 5, which is C7. And now the 1, which is F. Okay, we've got that. Let's do that one more time. 2, 5, F. Now from here, we go to the D minor,
6.
and then A minor, and back, and A minor, and D minor, and A minor, and... So that's pretty neat. In that part, you guys, I don't know if you guys noticed, but my middle finger doesn't... Let's stop sharing for a second so I can show them. My middle finger never leaves the fingerboard and never leaves this fret. I go from D minor, I just lift up my index and middle fingers, right? And then they go back, and all the while this middle finger stays anchored. And I do it one more time, and then lift everything up. And then when I go to the spicy chord,
You're doing a fancy A7. Oh, D7.
no,
D7.
that's D7. It's not the spice. This is
C
the,
went to the key of C. Right, so the
Okay.
middle never did leave.
no, it never did. It was just there the whole time. And then when we go,
I'm still having trouble with the spicy D7. Isn't that just this?
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. Oh, all right. Good.
Oh,
yeah,
so
it's not any spicier than the regular D7. It just happens to be our spicy chord because of where it's positioned in the key of, in relation to the key of F.
Because it's a dominant 6. It doesn't really belong in our key at
We're
all.
momentarily
Borrowing it.
modulating out of the key of F and then bouncing back in. We're just like tippy-toeing, dipping our toe in the non-diatonic waters.
Now, what was happening too for her, she was using her index here. So maybe that's
Oh.
where the confusion was.
Oh, the other way, Sandra, another way that you can play that same chord is you can play your middle finger where your index is and then you put your ring finger here.
Yeah, so in that case, this finger would never move.
Right, because that's a lot easier when you're going from, if I play D minor and then go to A minor, I can leave my finger there. And then if I'm on A minor with my middle finger there, I can put, yeah, so it's an economy of motion.
Okay.
The key to your left hand on the ukulele is making it as lazy as possible.
I'm going to, generally in our online classes, we open the floor for questions
We could do some questions
more
now.
often. Yeah, before we play through the whole song in F again with these patterns, are there any other questions that you have that could help you? All right, in our online academy that we do 5 classes a week, we generally have a system where we ask our students, how are you doing? And they'll hold up fingers, a hand. So 5 is like, I'm acing this, I totally get it, I get the material. 1, I'm super lost, don't even know what we're doing at all. And then a 3 would be, if I had some more time to practice this, I know I could do it. And then there's the variations of 4 or 2. So on your hand, between 1 and 5, how are you feeling about the material so far? Okay, I'm seeing a bunch of 3s. I see some
This is
5s.
good. 3s are perfect, actually. If everybody put up 5s, we would
4,
feel like
3,
the class
4.
was too much of a beginner. It wasn't advanced
I
enough.
see 4. Okay.
Our
4,
goal is
okay.
our goal is not to have you master this by the end of class. It's to get you to the point where you know the steps to get to where you want to be.
Yeah. Well said, Perry. Okay, are you guys ready to do it in F? Just looking at the jam card, because, we have the handout. We can give you the notes, the words and the chords, but you won't have to think in the same way if we do it that way.
And like Robin said, we will give you those if you want them. They're available
they
for
are
you.
Available.
We've got all the words. We've got the numeric skeleton key version. We've got it in key C and F.
Okay, so I'm going to let you lead it, Perry, in F, and do a little loop, and I'll be right back.
I need you to hold the fingers up.
Oh, okay.
All right. Who's gonna? Yeah.
You're right. All right.
All right.
Holding up fingers. Here we
Okay.
go.
Don't
2,
forget
5, 1.
the 2 for nothing, you guys, and don't remember if we're starting on G minor. Okay. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's the 2 to the 5. Okay. I'm an old cowhand from the Rio Grande, but my legs ain't bowed and my cheeks ain't tan. Oh boy.
Heading to the 6.
I'm a cowboy who's never roped a cow, never roped a steer, 'cause I don't know how.
Repeat.
And I sure ain't a fixin' to start.
Now I'll pause here.
Now.
You got that dominant 6?
Yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay. Yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay.
All right, how'd you do? Fingers? Thumbs up is also like a 5. All right.
All right,
Three,
how'd you guys do singing it?
Were you able to sing it yet?
No. Was anybody able to? All right, I see a couple people. All right. How many of you guys, on a scale of 1 to 5 interest level, how many of you guys feel like this is a song that you would want to sing? Oh, great. Okay.
nice.
Oh, that's good.
Well, there's a concept called a pocket song. Pocket song is something you have in your pocket that if somebody wants you to play a song on ukulele, you just pull it out and play it. This is one of those ways. Find the key that you sing in best and use the numeric system for this. I also have some videos on YouTube for jam cards where I put the card up on the screen and we play Jim Croce and we play King of the Road and we play a few other songs. So if you would like to sign up for our newsletter, I'm about to send out an information email that gives all of those links and also information about our school if you guys want to learn more from us. But I want to let you know that we do have jam cards available for sale. I'm going to show those to you in a minute. I've got a coupon for you in case you want a set of your own. They're UV protected and they come on a ring and they fit right into your ukulele case. The backside has pentatonic scales.
Show them. Do you have any handy? We could show them.
If you look at Holly's picture, Holly's holding hers up.
Oh yeah. Oh, those are them.
Yeah. Why don't you go over the song with them again, but let me go. I do need to use the restroom,
Okay.
and then I'll come back with a set of cards.
All right, you guys, you ready? I'm gonna have to do it without the numbers. All right. Here we go. All right. Remember, 2 for nothing. So we'll start on G minor. Now, another thing to look at in this song is that this middle finger here is going to be used on the 2nd fret of the C string, and it's going to be used on the 2nd fret of the G string, right? That's all it does. We can think of it as kind of an anchor for everything. It's really nice, except for when the spicy chord, the D7, pretty much everything is staying across the proper frets. It's perfectly in first position, where in other words the index finger is always playing notes on the 1st fret, the middle finger is always playing notes on the 2nd fret, and the ring finger stays responsible for the 3rd fret. So it's a pretty easy, there's not a lot of twisting and gyrating and negotiating to get your fingers down. The only exception is when we have to reach our ring finger down here for the spicy chord, which is D7. So let's give that a try. Here we go. Starting on G minor, 2 for nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is D minor to C7, which is the 5 to the 1, F. Again, G minor, 2. It's a lot easier just to say the numbers 5 and F, 1. I'm an old cowhand, from the Rio Grande, but my legs ain't bowed, and my cheeks ain't tan. Okay, I'm a cowboy who's never seen a cow, never roped a steer, 'cause I don't know how, and I sure ain't a fixin' to start it now. Okay. At this point, we should be on the D7. I'm going to lead you guys back in. Here we go. You ready, Danny?
Yeah.
2, 3, 4. Yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay. Yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay. And that's why you need to transpose sometimes, because there's certain keys that are either too low or too high,
Yeah.
like this one. Okay, let's do it again. You guys want to try it one more time?
In F.
Okay.
Okay.
Key of F again. 1, 2, 2 for nothing. 1, 2, 3, 2, 5, 1, and 2, and a 5, and a 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm an old cowhand from the Rio Grande, but my legs ain't bold, and my cheeks ain't tan. Here's a 6. I'm a cowboy who's never seen a cow, never roped a steer, 'cause I don't know how, and I sure ain't a fixin' to start in now. Yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay, yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay.
Now, final challenge of the day, and this is a toughie. We're gonna go back and do it in the key of C.
Ooh,
Ooh.
that is tough. Okay.
So as soon as you start to play a 2 as a G minor, you'll hear it, and you'll jump on the real 2, which is now a D
Yeah.
minor.
How many of you are thinking in terms of the numbers now, though? A little bit more than at the beginning? Okay.
I hope so.
So that's great. That's the key, is if you start thinking in terms of the numbers, and then you can quickly, sort of imprint the template of the key that you're playing in onto those numbers. That's really when things start clicking.
All right, so 2, 5, 1, and then a 6, 3, 6, 3, 6, 3, 6. Get your fingers ready.
All right, here we go.
2 for nothing to start out.
2 for nothing.
There we go.
1, 2, 3, 2, 5, 1. Again, 2, 5. I'm an old cowhand from the Rio Grande, but my legs ain't bowed, and my cheeks ain't tan. Here we go. I'm a cowboy who's never seen a cow, never roped a steer, 'cause I don't know how, and I sure ain't a fixin' to start in now. Yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay, yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay. Yeah.
All right. Well, just to finish up, and before we see if there's any more questions, I thought I grabbed 2 different kinds, and I grabbed 2 baritones anyway. So these are what the jam cards look like. If you're interested in having a set, these are the 7 keys that are most commonly played on ukulele. So you'll learn your chord families this way, and then the back side has pentatonic scales for each key.
So you can go.
You can solo like your favorite blues artists who mainly solo in pentatonics, turns out. So we've got these for baritone and we've got them for ukulele. I put a website link in the chat, and if you go ahead and go over and join our email list, then I can send you the coupon code. And if you're already on our email list, you'll also get the coupon code.
Yeah. Carol wants to see more of the words.
The lyrics?
Yeah. Should we try and I
Sure.
think-
Let's see. When you start thinking of... Oh yeah, Stephen put something interesting in the chat that's just reaffirming the beauty of this system. when you can start to
Read it.
I'll read it. When you start thinking of chords as numbers, then you can start hearing the chords as numbers, and it becomes much easier to recognize the chord changes and learn songs by ear.
Starting to hear the chords as numbers. That is, none of us really have
Foundational.
perfect pitch, almost nobody, but almost anyone can learn relative pitch. And I think that that's what Stephen's hearkening to there.
Yeah. And
Excuse me, I don't see your website in the chat.
in the chat, I just put it in there, but let me do it again.
Oh, I'm sorry, is it starlightukes.com? I see it now.
It's also at the bottom of the lyric sheet. Let's go over and see if we can play the song.
Yeah. And I'll just go
One
ahead
more
and
minute.
I'm going to put the coupon in the chat right now. You can use this on jam cards on our website.
Okay.
So if you want to use that, Lark 25.
Robin, do we have a time to try and play the song?
If you can do it in 1 minute.
Okay, let's do it, you guys. Let's go over to
About
the
20
end.
seconds before.
30 seconds? Okay, never mind.
Yeah, no, we don't have time.
We'll
to
make
play
a
the
video,
song
you guys.
again,
But
no.
anyway, if you go to the downloads folder, you'll see 3 instances of Old Cowhand. One is the key of C, one's the key of F, and one is the key of N, which is Nashville number system, and that's where
Numbers.
you'll see all of the numerical values for the chords.
And the link is pasted in the chat for the downloads folder.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you guys so much.
Thanks, you
for
guys.
coming
This was
today.
a lot of fun. This is
Great class. Thank you.
thank you
See you
so
tomorrow.
much.
Thank you to Lark. See you guys tomorrow at 2 p.m.
All right. Yeah, we may see some of these chords again tomorrow. So just a heads up. If you
Thanks
feel
so much.
okay.